How do we figure out the complex stuff? Answer is one word: research. But what is research? How we can define it? What goes on research? What is the art and science behind it? Can I be a researcher? Wait, watch through the video and all your questions will be answered. So, what is research? How we can define it? Picture research as this epic quest for knowledge. It's not just about finding answers, it's about asking better questions, pushing boundaries, and exploring uncharted territories. Think of yourself as an explorer, not just crossing physical landscapes, but the vast and intricate landscapes of knowledge. The word research perhaps originates from the old French word rechercher, which meant to search again. This French word, rechercher, implicitly assumes that the earlier search was not exhaustive and complete, hence, a repeated search is called for. Where did the English word research come from? Get this, the English word research traces back to the old French word rechercher, which means to search again. By the way, did you know 30% of words of the English language came from French? Why the English hate the French? Perhaps you can research this topic. Let's get back to the main theme of the video. In practice, research refers to a scientific process of generating an unexplored horizon of knowledge, aiming at discovering or establishing facts, solving a problem, and reaching a decision. It's like the universe saying, you didn't get everything the first time. Have another look. That's what researchers do. They're the relentless seekers, always digging deeper. Research is a scientific approach to answering a research question, solving a research problem, or generating new knowledge through a systematic and orderly collection, organization, and analysis of data to make research findings useful for decision-making. Why not give that like button a little nudge and subscribe? It helps us to research more into making more videos. We are all doing research. Just look at these examples. Imagine a farmer experimenting with crops, a sociologist dissecting the layers of human relationships, or a marketer decoding consumer behavior. These aren't just tasks or jobs, they're many quests for truth, each with its own set of tools, be it a microscope or a spreadsheet. So, when do we call a research a scientific research? Research crosses into the realm of science when it's like a finely tuned recipe. It's about tangible evidence, like ingredients you can touch and measure. It's about observation, experimentation, and a methodical approach, much like a master chef crafting a perfect dish. Good research is like a masterfully organized toolkit. It's systematic, logical, and builds upon the work of those who came before. It's a cycle: discover, learn, and then discover some more. It's the rhythm of progress. In the world of research, there are three pillars: gathering data, making sense of it, and then telling the story. It's akin to collecting the finest ingredients, cooking them up just right, and then presenting a dish that tells a tale. Qualities of research. Have you ever wondered what makes research not just good, but great? What's the secret sauce that turns a bunch of data into discoveries that can change the world? Top-notch research has 9 key markers. Think of them as the secret ingredients to a legendary recipe. It's about having a clear goal, a thorough process, and an ethical backbone. It's the art and science of discovery, done right. Research starts with a crystal clear purpose. Imagine a detective on a case. They need to know exactly what they're looking for, right? Same with research. The goal needs to be sharp, focused. It's the beacon guiding the entire journey. Detailed research process. First quality of a research, that it has to have a detailed roadmap to the research process. It's like a recipe that other chefs can follow. Miss out on the details, and no one can recreate your culinary masterpiece. In research, details are everything. They're what make your findings trustworthy. Research design planner. Designing research is like architecting a building. It's all about the foundation. You need the right mix of participants, solid literature, and controls to keep personal biases at bay. It's a balancing act, ensuring your results are as unbiased as possible. Ethical issues considered. Ethics are the moral compass of research. It's about protecting everyone involved, ensuring no harm comes their way. It's not just about what you discover, but how you discover it. Limitations revealed. Great research admits its own flaws. It's like a puzzle maker acknowledging a missing piece. This honesty builds trust and credibility. It's about being real with what you can and can't tell from your study. Adequate analysis ensured. Analysis is where the magic happens. It's turning raw data into meaningful insights. Think of it as a detective piecing together clues. It's meticulous, rigorous, and what makes the conclusions solid. Findings unambiguously presented. Then comes the grand reveal, presenting the findings. It's like telling a story where every fact is a character, playing its part to make the story complete and understandable. Conclusions and recommendations justified. Finally, the destination, conclusions and recommendations. They're the so of the story. Based solely on the data, they're what turn insights into action. Research has 4 major ambitions: exploration, description, explanation, and prediction. It's like a chef on a culinary journey, discovering new flavors, describing their creations, explaining the process, and predicting the outcomes. Exploration and explorative research. Let's dive in with exploration and explorative research. It's like being a detective in a world of unknowns, piecing together clues to form a clearer picture. This is where new problems are identified and concepts are developed. If you're intrigued by the journey of discovery, show your support with a like and subscribe. Let's unravel the mysteries of research together. Next, we have description and descriptive research. Imagine painting a detailed picture of a scene, capturing every element. This research is all about the who, what, when, where, and how. It's the foundation of understanding our world, though it doesn't necessarily tell us why things happen. Causal explanation and causal research. Causal explanation and causal research, where we start asking why. Why do certain events occur? What causes them? It's about connecting the dots between actions and outcomes, seeking the deeper reasons behind the patterns we observe. Prediction and predictive research. Predictive research is not just about understanding the present, it's about foreseeing the future. If we know why something happens, can we predict when it will happen again? It is like looking into a crystal ball, using knowledge to anticipate what's next. Each of these research goals, exploration, description, causation, and prediction, are like pieces of a puzzle. When put together, they give us a complete picture of the world around us, helping us to understand, explain, and foresee. There are different paths or research approaches in the realm of research: basic, applied, evaluative. It's like cooking for different reasons: for the joy of it, to solve a specific problem, or to critique and improve. And just like in the culinary world, research demands precautions. It's about being timely, efficient, accurate, and above all, ethical. It's ensuring that your quest for knowledge does good, not harm. Areas of research. Why does research matter in our everyday lives? Think about it. From the food we eat to the technology we use, research shapes our world in ways we often don't realize. Social research. Social research is deep dive into human behavior, understanding what makes us tick as a society. It's about exploring, describing, and predicting how we interact with each other. Social research is distinct from other forms of research. It's not about personal beliefs or philosophies. It's a quest for understanding social patterns, for explanations beyond the surface. Health research. Health research is how we know what keeps us healthy or cures diseases. It is all about understanding our beliefs and practices regarding health and illness. Think about it. Health research isn't confined to hospitals and labs. It spans across sectors like agriculture, education, sanitation, and even transportation. All these areas contribute to our health, directly or indirectly. Population research. Population research is like a giant puzzle, piecing together the dynamics of population size, growth, and distribution. It helps us understand the changing face of our world. Population research is like a crystal ball for demographers and policymakers. It's not just counting people. It's about understanding the complex dynamics of how populations change, grow, and move. It's a scientific inquiry into the size, structure, growth, distribution, and dispersal of populations. Business research. Business research is the backbone of the corporate world. It's a systematic study where companies gather data and analyze it to make informed decisions. It's about understanding a company's position in the market, its competitors, and how to navigate the ever-changing business environment. Marketing research. Marketing research is like a compass for companies in the vast ocean of consumer behavior. It's not just about collecting data, it's an art of interpreting the pulse of the market. It's a systematic process, a dance of numbers and trends, aiming to pinpoint what tickles your fancy and what doesn't. But here's a twist, it's not part of the marketing mix. It's the backstage crew, guiding the spotlight. Agricultural research. In agricultural research, it's all about boosting food production and quality. Agricultural research is a specialized kind of research system that can be carried out using laboratory and field facilities as well as by interacting with farmers as critical informants for their betterment and raising their day-to-day level of livelihood. Agricultural research is based on crops, livestock, fisheries, forests, and the environment. Biomedical research. Biomedical research is generally known as medical research conducted to aid and support the development of knowledge in the field of medicine. It is a type of research that is conducted to increase the understanding of fundamental life processes, such as discovering the molecular structure of deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, one half of the genetic code of life, or investigating the genetics of lipid disease. Clinical research. Clinical research addresses the essential questions of normal function and disease using human subjects. Clinical research is carried out with patients. Doctors generally supervise it in a medical setting such as a hospital, and it requires ethical approval. Clinical research addresses the essential questions of normal function and disease using human subjects. It is typically carried out with patients under the supervision of doctors in medical settings like hospitals. Outcomes research. Outcomes research focuses on the end results of healthcare, the tangible and quantifiable manifestations of disease upon patients and society, and the determinants of these outcomes. Internet research. Internet research harnesses the vast information on the web. To the extent that the internet is widely and readily accessible to hundreds of millions of people in many parts of the world, it can provide practically instant information on most topics and profoundly impact how ideas are formed and knowledge is created. Typical applications of internet research include personal research on a particular subject, students' research for academic projects and papers, and journalists and other writers' research stories. Archival research. Archival research is like a treasure hunt through historical documents and digital records. An archive is a way of sorting and organizing older documents, whether digitally, photographs online, email, etc., or manually, putting them in a folder, photo albums, etc. Archiving is one part of the curating process typically carried out by a curator. Empirical research. Empirical research is all about observation and experiment. It's hands-on and evidence-based. Empirical research is research that derives its data using direct observation or experiment. Such research is used to answer a question or test a hypothesis. The result is based upon actual evidence as opposed to theory or conjecture, and as such, they can be replicated in follow-up studies. Legal research. Legal research, on the other hand, dives into legal issues and gathers information to understand legal problems. Legal research is a scientific investigation into a legal issue or problem and the process of gathering evidence or information for ascertaining an assumption or verifying some hypotheses. It seeks to expound on various aspects of the legal system, the legislative and judicial process, and the nature and function of law in society. Legal research is also concerned with the understanding and internal coherence of legal concepts and reasoning. Education research. Education research evaluates teaching methods and classroom dynamics. Education research applies various methods in which individuals evaluate different aspects of education, including students' learning, teaching methods, training of teachers, and classroom dynamics. Education researchers have agreed that educational research must be conducted rigorously and systematically, although what this implies is often debated. Engineering research. Engineering research is about building new technologies and designing innovative products. Engineering research and development, also known as R&D, is the systematic process of learning about and building new technologies to design a product. As opposed to scientific research, engineering research is not concerned with discovering how the world works, but with how things can function for a given purpose. Historical research. Historical research is not just about dates and events, it's about understanding our past to inform our future. Historical research is embodied in the historical method. The historical method comprises the techniques and guidelines by which historians use historical sources and other evidence to research and write history. Research may also be carried out from a historical perspective. Such research is known as historical research. Historical research is embodied in the historical method. The historical method comprises the techniques and guidelines by which historians use historical sources and other evidence to research and write history. Each of these 16 areas of research plays a crucial role in shaping our understanding of the world. From social behaviors to technological advancements, research is the backbone of progress. So, what mysteries are you itching to unravel with research? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's start a dialogue. Remember, every groundbreaking discovery began with a simple question. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into the heart of curiosity.